Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers reaction and recap of the Pittsburgh Steelers 35-25 loss to the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football to close out Pittsburgh's week number 8. Steelers now 4-3 on the season. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com, would really appreciate that. And frankly, just trying to center my thoughts on where to begin and where to evaluate what went wrong in this game. Because for the first half, Pittsburgh was in control and largely playing well, up 16-7 at the half, getting the ball back to start the third quarter. Great 2-minute drill and drive to eat clock and put the ball in the end zone, and things just spiraled. And for all their losses and all their warts and all the frustration this season and past ones have brought, rarely does Pittsburgh spiral and the wheels fall off the way it did, especially at home on primetime, where Pittsburgh will often bow up even against tougher opponents. And some may disagree and say there's the same old Steelers, and in many ways, Pittsburgh had the same issues in this game they've had in recent games, including the previous loss of the Bengals. But just in terms of this game just getting out of Pittsburgh's control, and the undisciplined nature and the complete just helpless feeling as Green Bay really took it to Pittsburgh for the final 15 minutes. And I think certainly there was the effect of losing Isaac Seumalo offensively, which made Spencer Anderson kick over to left guard and step in and took away Pittsburgh's sixth offensive line tackle-eligible package, and Deshaun Elliott defensively. But those are issues that must be overcome mid-game, and Pittsburgh must adjust, and obviously they did not. And defensively allowed 35 points to Green Bay, and Jordan Love was spectacular, 29-37 for 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, and 0 sacks. A very clean game. Once completed 20 straight passes. This defense is just not getting the job done, and it's not even the excuse of last game against Cincinnati of, oh, the run defense is bad, and so that has this domino effect. Pittsburgh, by and large, controlled the running game. Josh Jacobs, 13 carries, 33 yards, 2.5 yards per tote. Did have the 1 touchdown missed tackle by Brandon Eccles on that play, but the run game was not the issue. It got worse later in the game, and once Elliott got hurt, but Pittsburgh can't point to that the way they pointed to that against the Bengals, and the way that Chase Brown and company ran all over Pittsburgh. I mean, just the secondary was bad. The pass rush wasn't there. It's rushing coverage going together, whether it's bad rush lane integrity, allowing Love to escape, which wasn't a huge problem, but it was a problem for at least one of Love's completions on third down. And the secondary just looks slow, and it's just old and slow and showing every bit its age. And you thought mini bye, 10 days off, time to reset, would look better than being on the road against Cincinnati, and not the case one bit. And the youth and speed that Green Bay has at receiver was absolutely on display, and Pittsburgh just cannot run with these guys. It may be making Pittsburgh to play a little more zone coverage, but nothing worked. There's no scheme that is the answer right now. Brought some pressure early. Pittsburgh was trying to either do some run blitzes or first down pressure looks, and the Packers were winning with the short passing game early on, and then hit them on some big plays later in the game to Tucker Kraft for 59 yards. The turning point on that third down play, got pressure. Patrick Queen, the near sack. Love throws a lollipop. It's caught. Bunch of yak. Elliott gets hurt. What a turning point, if there ever was one, of a game like that moment was so clearly. So later in the game, Watson, big catch, 33 yards. Juan Thornhill can't find it. Another kind of floater that the Packers come down with. Kraft's second touchdown, completely outrunning Chuck Clark and Juan Thornhill. Nobody touching him. Getting outrun by a big tight end. Kraft's a good tight end, but your safeties can't be steps behind an NFL tight end that isn't some top 1% athlete, and Kraft is not that guy. And so Pittsburgh banked on having a veteran secondary for the benefits that would bring, but you're just seeing the negatives of the lack of foot speed, and then you lose Elliott, and that's going to hurt you in a lot of ways in run defense and communication. The pass rush couldn't get home. Now the ball was coming out pretty quick. Love could really chew up and knew exactly where to go with the football. Pittsburgh's secondary and defensive scheme, again, issues in this one, but no pass rush, no impactful plays. Pittsburgh is not taken the ball away in 13 straight quarters. Last one was TJ Watt's interception in the third quarter of the Week 4 game in Dublin. So the last time Pittsburgh had a takeaway in the United States was even longer than that. So that's such a key component to Pittsburgh's defense: create the splash, steal possessions, shorten the field, all that good stuff. And it has been absent in major ways. And for the last 2 games, really, Pittsburgh has not even had close opportunities to take the football away. And that Pittsburgh did a nice job on possession downs early in the game. Green Bay finished 5 of 12. I think they were 1 of 6 at one point, but they certainly finished on a high note and hit some big chunk plays in this one, and it just spiraled on Pittsburgh. And that's how Green Bay puts up 21 points in the fourth quarter to go from trailing by 2 possessions at halftime to winning pretty comfortably. Offensively, there was certainly a lot more good for the offense than what Pittsburgh experienced defensively. I thought the run game was strong and really good in the first half for a Green Bay team that was stout and allowing 76.5 yards per game. Pittsburgh had that by halftime, even though the Packers were getting healthier and getting back Devontae Wyatt, one of their defensive linemen. Thought Jalen Warren ran hard. Thought Kenneth Gainwell showed speed to the corner. Pittsburgh was using the big packages with Anderson and Washington and Ben Skoranek and effectively creating lanes, and Washington was moving people, so I was happy with that. Offense really struggled to finish some drives and just over-reliance on Chris Boswell, who was excellent and proved that again on field conditions that probably weren't ideal. Saw Green Bay struggle with that. Boswell, 4 field goals, 3 from 50+. I mean, he is as automatic as it comes and will deserve every penny he gets this upcoming offseason. It'll be a lot of pennies. You can count on that. But Pittsburgh unable to finish, to extend drives, 1 of 10 on third down in this game. Only 1 red zone trip they did capitalize on. That a good 2-minute drill that ended with DK Metcalf's short touchdown before the half. But just need a little more finish from this offense. But again, you put up 31 points last week. You put up 25 this week. You're in a position where those are games that should be won or close and competitive at the very end. And this game certainly was not that. Even though the offense did have success, I didn't love the game plan in the past game. A lot of quick games, stuff to the flats, which has been Pittsburgh's game. But the Packers have a fast flow defense. Their linebackers are very athletic in Cooper and Walker, and they took away everything short. Pittsburgh tried a little bit of the screen game. We talked about our scouting report, can't do that. Play action was ineffective. Packers have done a good job defending play action this season. So I didn't love the game plan, but Pittsburgh had enough success on the ground to be able to extend some drives and put some points on the board. Now, there were still too many self-inflicted wounds. You had an OPI on DK Metcalf on the opening drive, I think it was, or the second drive that put you in second and long. You had another penalty, I think it was Freiermuth or legal motion that put you into second and long and led to a punt. So you had some of those things early that were stunting drives, which Pittsburgh just simply cannot have for how bad things have gone these last 2 games. And so there's a lot of things to clean up here. I don't know the number of penalties Pittsburgh had in total in this one. 6 for 65. Green Bay 5 for 47. One bright spot, Roman Wilson. A nice day for him. 45-yard catch in the opening possession on third down along the sideline. Caught his first touchdown late in the game. Initially ruled incomplete and then ruled a touchdown upon review. The refs were a mess in this game, but can't use that as an excuse. It was not the reason why Pittsburgh lost, but there certainly were some very weird calls, odd situations, bad calls. You guys know what happened. You guys saw the game, the offsides that was missed, and just, I think, a lack of control. The game got chippy. Pittsburgh was not playing discipline. You had Metcalf and Herbig picking up 15-yard personal fouls, just stuff like that just cannot happen. So the penalties were really crucial in that regard. So tough one. Pittsburgh with a lot of problems here, 4-3, and then have to face the red-hot, top-ranked Indianapolis Colts on Sunday. So the road does not get any easier for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who may face their best offense, and they've been struggling against 2 offenses that have moved the ball on them at will these last 2 games. So a little more rambly than usual probably in this video, though. Maybe the same amount of rambling that I usually do, trying to collect my thoughts here post-game. Just got away from Pittsburgh defensively. Looks old, slow, too many big plays allowed, on possession downs late in the game. and the offense not finishing drives is kind of how you sum this thing up. And injury standpoint, Elliott, Aquale, Sayamalu, all potentially with significant injuries, especially to Aquale and Elliott. We'll see on Sayamalu. But yeah, not looking great right now, but we'll see what Pittsburgh can bounce back. They certainly will have to. They're good for 1 3-game losing streak a season. There are 2 right now, and again, facing the Colts could make it 3 by the time Week 9 is done. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.